That's a long. Let's run it.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of Player versus Team, aka PVT. And y'all see I'm back with the squad. And we have a guest. So I'm gonna go ahead and let our guest go ahead and introduce himself real quick. And then I'll go ahead and introduce our regular squad mates. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, big dog.
Martise, man. Shout out from Southern California, man. Doing well.
It is great to have you to the show. Shout out to you. Shout out to Southern California. We know they're dealing with a lot right now. So they are in our thoughts and prayers. We're sending our condolences out to them. And as y'all know, I'm here with the resident ish co-host, my guy, Mel, Optimus Mel, as I like to call him, and the resident DJ Micah B. Y'all know we're back in the building, man. How y'all doing today, fellas?
Doing good, man. Just doing good. Hopefully Notre Dame can lose this goddamn game, but they fucking around. I just don't want to hear my brother's voice because my brother is texting me in the middle of all this.
Oh yeah, he's going crazy because he was talking his shit in the comments last week.
So I'm actually pretty mad at Notre Dame. I fuck around and win this game because if y'all remember the show 3 weeks ago, everybody on PVT between Moo, myself, and Willie all said, "Why the hell is Notre Dame in this playoff?" And they fucked around and won the first game. They're looking like they're gonna fuck around in this game, and I'm just be like, "Bruh, I can't believe we got this shit wrong. I just can't."
I picked them last week to win the whole thing, but I might be regretting that right now.
It's annoying because I'm a USC fan, so I have to sit up here and watch these niggas potentially win this game.
It's third and long right now.
So it's definitely annoying. But fuck that. We can go ahead and get into this live reaction, okay?
And he got sacked. So they're going to
it's a tie game right now. We got 54 seconds, fourth down. Currently just had a sack on Mr. Reynolds. So what we thinking, fellas? We thinking overtime? Mel, we'll start with you.
How much time we got?
About just under a minute, about 50-some seconds.
Oh no, they fucked. Nah, they're gonna get this field goal. Penn State gonna get this field goal and walk up out of here.
Oh man, DJ Michael B, how we feeling, man? We going to overtime?
Man, fuck this game. Let me tell you why though. Okay, there was an over and under, and I picked the over, and I'm so mad right now. I picked. Listen,
there's two bad quarterbacks.
Yes, there is.
In my opinion,
it is two bad quarterbacks, but the over and under that I picked on goddamn, I can't think of it. The over and under was 30.5, and I was like, come on, man. Two scores built together. They should be able to get more. It's college football. They should be able to get more than 30.5. And it was a group of us that all decided. Oh, what's the score now? Because when I left, when I left
24.
Oh, yeah, okay. When I left from where I was, it was 10-10, and I haven't been home since and haven't turned on the game.
Oh, yeah,
okay,
no, 24.
All right. Well, bet. I take that. Never mind. Fuck that. I don't give a damn who in this game because I have no nothing in this game. I got nothing right on this game except the over or under. So I don't give a damn about college football this week. All I care about is the NFL on Saturday. So whatever.
That's understandable. That's understandable. But
I do think Penn State is going to march down the field and get a field goal.
Not to join the bandwagon, but I got to say Penn State too. But I'm a USC guy, so it really doesn't matter to me either. It is what it is. I'm ready for next season.
Let's go, man. Talk about it, dog. We ready for next season, man. Fight on. Let's go. Feel me? Trojan Pride, we out here, man. Stop playing with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But as far as the outlook of this game, what do you think the difference maker ultimately was looking at these two teams? DJ, I'm gonna start with you on this question. As far as because we know Mel said both of them, have horrible quarterbacks, but outside of bad quarterback play, what do you think the difference is for both these teams, and why neither one of these teams can kind of create a gap?
So I think for Penn State, they're basically their game plan coming in was just basically to run the ball down Notre Dame's throat. And Notre Dame, they get the offense going in the second half. But
just threw an interception. My fault.
Penn State's quarterback?
Yeah, this is true. He did.
Yeah.
The difference in the game.
Stay the energy, Mel, because I'm coming at you with another question.
No, I'm gonna give you my answer. The difference in this game is the quarterback that didn't play the goddamn worst, apparently, and turnovers. That's obviously the difference in the game. Penn State stayed in the game because they were running the ball and they were bullying Notre Dame for a while. That's that's all the difference in the game right now. And the game is obviously a freaking toss-up. Mel is over there pissed off right now. I can see on his face.
Yeah. I was hoping he'd fucking trapped it, but no, he caught that shit.
Mel's over there pissed off. And I want
because my brother we in a group text, and this fucking asshole is going crazy right now.
So I think the difference in the game is the running backs. Because, bro, these freaking quarterbacks suck, man. I don't think either one of these quarterbacks are going to get drafted.
Which is crazy that Mel Kiper actually has the Penn State quarterback ranked very high.
Well, we know Mel Kiper is on drugs. Like, we know that.
On more drugs than Skip Bayless, but that's neither here nor there, okay?
But more about drip.
I'm gonna get in the Skip Diddy tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm done, Moo.
Mel, before I come to you, Martise, as a UST fan, as you know, as I am myself, with bad quarterback play, and with these two teams kind of trying to rely on the run game, as far as defensive play goes, who do you think would propel? Which team do you think defense is going to propel them to a national championship? Because we know the quarterback play isn't going to, right? So obviously the offense is going to slouch or be slow in some moments in time of the game. So if one of these two teams do prevail, which defense do you think is going to carry them to potentially a national championship?
To be honest with you, Notre Dame, as a whole, I think it comes down to coaching more than anything. When you have bad quarterback play, it's normally not a fun game to watch, especially when college football is a high-scoring, sport. But This is where coaching, I feel like, accelerates their career. If you're looking to make a difference when you're known for not having such talent on the floor. But I think on that side, there's better coaching on that end, more so than just the players. You just see it all season.
I feel that most definitely. Now, Mel, let me ask you this very simple question: how dumb is Penn State's head coach for calling a pass play in that situation?
No, it wasn't. I mean, they had to get downfield. It's fucking dummy has made some of the worst throw attempts I've seen a quarterback make in the last two drives. Like, he's been trying to fit the ball into like crazy spots. And Notre Dame is just milking the clock right now because they're going to try and kick this long ass field goal. But other than that, man, it's just bad quarterback play is bad quarterback. But you can't throw 3 interceptions and think you're going to win the game.
That's true. Who do you think is winning the coaching battle right now?
The quarterback play is too bad to say that to tell. I mean, if you asking me, whoever the defensive coordinators are.
That's a fair answer. I'm not gonna lie to you, that's a fair answer. That's a fair. I can accept the answer. I'm not gonna lie to you, I can accept that answer. Now,
I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's very fucking valid. I'm not gonna lie about that.
It is though. That's why I was like, that's fair. I can accept that. Now, in the event that one of these teams, right, we'll say Notre Dame because they're driving, they currently on the ball, and the kicker looks like he's probably finna shit himself on the sideline right now. 3 or 6 from 50 plus. Yeah, he definitely looks like he's finna shit himself. With the outlook of tomorrow's game with Ohio State and Texas, who do we think Notre Dame has the best chance to beat?
It's a good question. I don't think either one.
I don't think, bro. Let me tell you something. The winner of tomorrow's game is winning the championship. I
Which
don't
is
think
crazy
Notre Dame can be either one.
See, the problem is this. This is the problem. One, I don't want Ohio State to win because
Hey, slow your roll. Slow your roll now. Slow your roll.
I'm a Michigan fan, so you already that. I don't give two shits about that.
Yeah, I'm an Ohio State fan, and Michigan ass is at home right now, so I really don't give a damn.
Did y'all? You want to go there?
Do you want to go there? God damn, Mel, make your damn pick. Just go ahead. Just go ahead. Go ahead.
We have college football team rivals.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I know right now.
Just go ahead.
You lost to a Michigan team and a quarterback threw 4 passes.
That's fine. But Michigan is at home right now, and Ohio State is in the semifinals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just want to make sure we understand that.
I only care about 2 things, and we accomplished both of those. We beat the shit out of Michigan State. We beat the shit out of y'all. It's okay. Feels good.
Congratulations. You did nothing other than that.
Head coach is getting fired next week, so it don't matter.
Congratulations. You did nothing but that. Okay. All right. Let's get that shit off the road. Move.
Ryan's last day will be tomorrow.
Move. Can we move on from this, please?
You're
supposed to be the moderator, and you supposed to be the moderator, and I just don't talk to people that can't make the CFP or lose. I don't give a damn.
Lose.
This is absolutely amazing.
I'm sorry, but we won national championship last year, didn't we not?
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Okay, I'm just saying.
That's true.
Good point. Fair point.
That's fair.
That's over 10 years since.
That's fair. But you know, don't forget to add in that y'all had some allegations against y'all like the Patriots did. Just saying.
I don't care.
You should.
Allegations are just allegations.
No. We know, Doc. Stop playing with me. Everybody knew. Now I will also.
If you knew, they wouldn't be allegations.
Hey, I will also fairly say, to your team, the team that they were accused of doing it against, they didn't need no damn tape to beat that team. So, but you know what? I hate Michigan. Michigan, go to hell. You're at home this year. Congratulations, y'all finally won one. Okay, let's move on.
This is the reason why
4 in a row.
Y'all won 4 games against Ohio State in a row, but y'all finally won a championship. Okay, so yeah,
this is the reason why I love having college rivals on. Because it's always a great show. All right.
Hopefully, his last name is Jeter, so we're praying that he's not like Derek and shows up in the clutch.
Derek won 5 championships in the MLB. What you mean?
I said I hope he's not like Derek Jeter.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, he's.
You should want him to be like Derek. You should want him to be like Derek Jeter to win 5 championships.
No, I'm talking about the kicker for Notre Dame right now.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully he sidewind this shit.
I would love for him to miss.
OT? I thought he did it. I was gonna say, oh shit, wow.
What happened? I don't have it on the TV. He hit it? Okay. Okay.
7 seconds left. 27-24. No
game over. Notre Dame wins.
Okay, so I can leave that alone now.
All right. Now, so moving on. Let's go ahead and pivot a little bit. Let's talk about Netflix a little bit. Now, before we get into this WWE and this wrestling stuff, right? We see Netflix taking on the football, right? We see them doing more live events, right? Now they add WWE to their repertoire, right? Is Netflix the future to sports and streaming sports, online streaming sports? Matrice, I'm gonna start with you on this one, man. Or Martise, I'm sorry, excuse me.
It's okay. Yes, they're the front runner, and if they're looking to take the lead compared to all the competition they have when it comes to other streaming services, why not? And when's the last time the WWE even been relevant to any of our eyes, right? It doesn't have the same fire.
Nah, because you got a wrestling fan right there. Because look,
we can. Hey, me and him go back and forth.
Don't do it. I'm gonna sit back.
But no, honestly, I think it's a great move for Netflix because Netflix is known for the movies.
Fuck the WWE. I'm gonna egg this on.
Okay, but I'm happy. I hope sports doesn't have the issues that we saw during the Mike Tyson fight. That's all I'm saying. So that's it.
DJ Michael B, what you got, man?
I can't believe what the fuck this dude just said. When was the last time WWE was relevant? Yes. Do you not realize since COVID happened, it took the era before COVID happened kind of took it down. But right when COVID happened in 2020, with no live crowd, it jumped right back up when Roman Reigns became the face and that guy, and Seth Rollins became the face and that guy. Oh, it jumped right back up. The ratings are higher than ever, and you're going to sit here and say, when was the last time it was relevant? It's been relevant for the past 5 years.
And video games went up too. So. It is what it is. I mean, in terms
very much so been relevant for the past 5 years. So you can't say the relevancy part. You can say it ain't been relevant to you. You can't say it ain't been relevant to. You can say it hasn't been relevant to your eyes, but to the general public eyes, it's as high as it's ever been. Even during the Attitude Era, the ratings are higher now than when it was in the Attitude Era.
A lot of times, I'm gonna be honest with you, I have been keeping up, but it's only spiking up ratings because of people that have nostalgia. It's not these new people. It's not these newcomers. You got The Rock. You got John Cena on his last little hoo-ha run. So they're bringing back generations of people who were fans of the sport.
You're right.
New generation ain't carrying it on. That's all I'm saying. It's not. They need Netflix to make it more relevant.
You're right about them bringing back in The Rock and stuff like. But The Rock just came back last year. John Cena was a part-timer since 2020, and the ratings still spiked without them there.
Always leave and come back. He's right, always leave and come back.
Right, but The Rock came and fought John Cena in 2011. It was 2010 and 2011, or 2011 and 2012. The ratings spiked. They went back down between the PG era, and then right around 2020 when Roman Reigns took right around 2018 when Roman Reigns beat The Undertaker 2018, 2019, and then Roman got the title right after, and Seth got the title right after, it started booming up again. It boomed up again without The Rock there and without John Cena being full-time, and he was part-time. You can't come on here and say WWE wasn't relevant because they had sold-out shows and they were getting more attendance right after COVID than they ever got without The Rock being there, without John Cena being there. So the relevancy part that you're saying is not true. That's relevancy to you if they're drawing in more fans than ever before. And the reason that is because they started catering to a younger generation, more to kids, but the adults followed because their kids were watching and they wanted to do that with their kids. So the fact that you're saying they weren't relevant and they just got relevant again because The Rock and John Cena came back is absolutely false, because they stayed relevant all through COVID with storylines of the bloodline starting then. So that's absolutely false.
Let me say this.
False.
When we're talking about COVID times, for those who can remember that's watching this, right? Everything that's in-house and homebody blew up. Everything that had to do with OnlyFans, streaming, sitting in the crib.
But the numbers are better now.
I never interrupted. I think that
let that man talk.
Triple H has done an amazing job since he took over. And I know that. I'm watching how he's going about it. This partnership with Netflix is more needed for the WWE than it is needed for Netflix. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say that. I'm saying the relevancy of WWE, the relevancy of WWE was already high without even going to Netflix. It was without The Rock coming back, without Undertaker coming back, and we all know we love the Undertaker, without John Cena coming back, because they weren't around since COVID every week and the show's boosted. I personally think the reason why is because Triple H and Shawn Michaels have taken over NXT, and they've been running the NXT and running just like how the G League runs into the NBA, just how the CFL runs into the NFL. They're building up talent on local TV that you can relate to, and then moving up.
Can I tell you how I came to the WWE?
They got a very good eye.
Sure.
There you go. They got a very good, like I said, they got a very good eye.
Okay, fine. I don't think she looks that good, regardless. But
we'll be real with you. The women do look better, in terms of what was out there.
Nah, Rhea Ripley is bad.
But to be honest with you, come on, man. You a fan. You're talking from a fan perspective. I'm not
talking from a fan perspective. I'm talking about a pure numbers. Yes, but I'm talking about a pure numbers rating. So,
but he's saying.
But no. Your numbers tell your relevancy, because the NBA's relevancy is going down because viewership is going down. You said relevant, and you didn't. You were like, hey, I don't like the product that's out there right now. I don't like the way it's going. That's your personal bias, and I didn't like it for a long time. But the fact is, the relevancy was going up because you were having more people tuning than ever, and that's what relevancy is. So for you saying the relevancy was down until they started bringing back John Cena, Undertaker, and whoever else, that part is false, because the relevancy was going up during COVID, and it shot through higher numbers after COVID was over because Triple H took over head of creative and was writing the storylines. So for you saying the relevancy right now is down is false, and I'm telling you because the ratings say otherwise. Now, if you're telling me you don't like the product they're putting out right now and things like that, I understand that part.
What sport during COVID went down?
The Bloodline story started during COVID. Drew McIntyre was champion during COVID. They started the Ladies Revolution right before COVID.
You're not even answering my question.
What did you ask? You said what storyline went down, and I'm telling you,
I said what sport went down during COVID in terms of viewing, right? Because we can consider wrestling as a sport, even though it's entertainment, right?
Okay.
Entertainment as a whole spiked up. We weren't able to do anything else. It was COVID was a perfect storm for this situation. Bringing in those old heads and those old generations allow people to turn on the TV when the kids could have been next to them.
But that's what I'm saying. The older people and the people you're bringing up wasn't coming back during COVID. And if that's the case, when you bring up, everything, all the relevancy and stuff went up during COVID, why is the NBA's viewership down now, but WWE's viewership is up? You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying.
I'm just answering the question that's on point. We can go down that route. I don't want to change the topic. That's all.
No. I'm not changing the topic. You brought up relevancy, but relevancy directly reflects how many people are tuning in and watching.
So hold on. Moo, what would you say? What was the original question that started this conversation? What was it?
Is Netflix the future of sports streaming?
That's all we're talking about.
Right, but you brought up the relevancy of WWE, and I'm like,
they need Netflix.
What he's saying is, if wrestling was growing at the rate that it was, it wouldn't need to go to Netflix.
Okay, let me ask you this then: if wrestling wasn't growing at the rate it was, would Netflix have came in and signed to a contract with WWE? And that's the flip side of the coin that y'all are forgetting too, because the ratings are going up. Because y'all still are forgetting NXT is not on Netflix and SmackDown on Netflix, but their viewership also is up too. And Raw is a complete separate show.
First of all, Netflix has already switched its direction when it comes to sports as a whole.
Yeah, for sure.
The boxing match that we've been watching. We've seen we're watching football games on Christmas on Netflix, things of that nature.
Yeah.
It's not gearing towards just putting wrestling on the map.
Yeah, because the thing is,
I guess don't have a choice. It really don't.
So what I would say is maybe this might help it out. I don't know, so I'm gonna ask you, DJ. What is the target demo, age-wise, for wrestling?
I probably at this point I'd probably say teenagers.
Okay.
But they're because what
the majority. I just want the majority.
Right. The majority might be the majority is teenagers.
It would probably be 10
young adults and teenagers. Yeah
10 to 16.
Somewhere from 16 to like 25, 27, young adults, teenagers.
Yeah.
Because what happened, because what I'm saying is like it makes sense for the NFL to do what they did because most of the NFL's following are adults.
Right.
Same thing with boxing. It makes sense. Why? Because they can pay to have Netflix and watch those programs and stuff like that. If you're dealing with a younger demo, the odds of them having Netflix, I get it, it's an app now, but your target demo is slim to none. So you're really running a risk moving it from regular television to a Netflix program. Because how many do you think you would lose that demo, that small 16 to, I don't even want to say 20, but let's just say the 12 to 16 demo that watches? Because if I watch I know there's adults that watch wrestling. My brother's a big wrestling fan. So, but what I'm saying is, do you think it's kind of risky making that move knowing that you do have a younger demo?
No, I don't think so, because most of the younger demo, especially nowadays, all have Netflix because we're moving to more streaming than we are for still paying for cable.
No, you're assuming that the parents of the kids have Netflix.
Right.
Yeah, because Netflix is cheaper than cable. Yes. Netflix is cheaper than cable.
But Netflix is cheaper than cable, but you would still need cable for other shit.
I don't think so, because we're in the era of streaming where people just illegally stream shit anyway. I don't even have cable at my house because any basketball or whatever, football, whatever, I just go on stream meets and stream it illegally anyway. Okay. And all the kids know that too.
For all the FBI people that are watching this, Melvin pays monthly for his cable, and all my stuff is legal.
So okay, okay. So since you pay monthly for your cable and you're older than me, so I would say you're in the older generation of streaming, because you're still paying for cable. A lot of the people out here in their 20s and 30s aren't paying for cable anymore. They're paying for Hulu and streaming services because Hulu has the rights to a whole bunch of stuff.
I have both. I have a smart TV. I have cable and smart TV.
Right. But listen to what I'm saying. A lot of people aren't paying for cable anymore. The only thing, like, I have Xfinity at home, and the only reason why I have Xfinity is because I need internet.
Right, but my point was you're assuming that the parents of these children have that.
Yes, because a lot of people do have Netflix. I don't think it's a risk moving WWE to Netflix based on the numbers that WWE does already. Like, I couldn't watch Raw for the longest time because I don't have USA. But I had to run
cable. But most people probably have cable.
You're literally
most people. No, I did not, because
it's on Peacock too now. Well, I think
right. And not only that, the flip side of this also that y'all are missing is.
Before you go on, like what you just said, if it's illegal, how is it being accounted for?
It doesn't look. This is what I know. Okay. Here's also the flip side of that. Your pay-per-views that's been on Peacock for the past 3 years also show the numbers of your pay-per-views spiking up because they're not paying 58, 59, 60 no more.
No, I know. What I'm saying is if you're illegally streaming something, 9 times out of 10 it does not register. So if it's not going to register, how can they register those views?
Okay, so listen to listen what I'm also telling you. If people are still paying for cable and the ratings and the people watching are higher than it's ever been, they're not even accounting for the illegal streams. So that should tell you right there, without the illegal streams, they're still higher than they've ever been. So imagine if all the illegal streams were watching on Netflix, how much higher do you think it's going to be? So it was not a risk for Netflix to make a deal with WWE. It absolutely wasn't, because they know they're having the most ratings watching Raw and SmackDown and NXT right now, and you're getting illegal streams, and you still have the higher ratings than you have in your history. And now you move to Netflix, which a lot of people pay for, and they don't have to legally stream it no more. So what you think is going to happen? It's going to boost up the numbers.
We'll see.
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
I want to say one more thing, but I don't want to stay on this topic too long. But I don't know. Let me ask you this: you look at generation of great wrestlers. The 80s had their stars.
Yes.
The 90s had their stars.
Yes.
Early 2000 had their stars.
Yes.
This is why this when you think about the league and the generations that was able to follow these players. If we got young teenagers that's watching this podcast, if you have the time, comment, chat. Who are today's stars that has nothing to do with the people that we grew up with? Because those people who think is relevant are people we grew up with. Give me three strong
Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, CM Punk. Next question.
I asked for the children.
Next question. And next question. Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Gunther, Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan. Those are your superstars right now.
I only know Rhea and Liv because
Moo, am I lying?
This is the reason why I got back.
The Usos. She on NXT. Yeah, she on NXT. She's on NXT.
That's all I know.
But think about that.
I know her.
But also think about that.
Come on, man.
Trick Williams is in NXT, and Trick Williams has the biggest pop right now in WWE just based on a song. Jey Uso is bigger than is very big from the Usos. Roman Reigns had the longest reigning championship of all time. Everybody tuned in. Cody Rhodes was in AEW. The minute he came back to WWE boost, it went up. Randy Orton is still wrestling and still a big superstar. Kevin Owens is wrestling and still a big superstar. There are superstars in this generation, but if you don't watch wrestling, you don't know. But there are stars that do get big pops outside of The Rock, Undertaker, Stone Cold. Now, the older generation, like our age, when Stone Cold returns, they go crazy.
But you know what's crazy? Is that you say that. I'm in Vegas. Where is WrestleMania going to be this year?
I think in Vegas.
In Vegas. You know who's on all the billboards?
Probably The Rock.
The Rock.
The Rock is because they're billing The Rock versus Roman Reigns more than likely.
Because he's still the Michael Jordan of basketball. Do you understand where I'm going with this? Like it's
I understand. No, listen. The Rock is one of the greatest of all time. Are you asking me if somebody in this generation is one of the greatest of all time? No, but you still have some of them that are going to be top 20 when they retire.
But here's the thing. He said all the billboards, bro. All the billboards. He didn't
The Rock owns the company.
He didn't say 30%. It's just like saying you see billboards for the NBA. You don't need LeBron James on everything. There's other relevant superstars that's here, even if the ratings are down. You can still.
Brother, did you hear what I just said? The Rock co-owns the company. He co-owns the company.
Also true.
He does. He owns 50% of the WWE now because he bought into the parent company.
So what you're telling me is he already knows that he has to do that.
No,
it's a marketing decision that he has to make.
What I'm telling you is The Rock is there to bring in older generations off of nostalgia, is what I'm telling you.
Because it goes back to what Mel said. You have to have parents who has the streaming services.
But The Rock hasn't been on wrestling.
These kids are not going to be watching that, bro. I'm being
The
honest with you.
The Rock hasn't. But y'all are missing a bigger point. The Rock ain't been wrestling since he fought John Cena in 2011, 2012, and the ratings have went up.
Because
they have went up.
It had no choice but to
but
go
the point
up.
is,
It's not without the Rock,
without the Rock being on billboards and being there advertising WWE, and John Cena being there and advertising WWE, the ratings have went up.
But listen,
and that's the part y'all are missing.
No, I know what you're saying, but what I'm saying is this: if the ratings went up like you said they did, and
no, that's fact.
I know. I'm just saying, like you say they did. And let's say and you say the Rock owns 50% or 51% of WWE.
Well, he owns majority. 50% is a rough number. He owns majority.
And he's not, quote unquote, a wrestler, even if he is just having a match during WrestleMania. Wouldn't you think, as a business for him, it would be to promote the new star?
Yep.
You would think so. Because without The Rock, Roman Reigns is on every billboard. Let me tell you, The Rock came back, what was it, 2 years ago, Moo?
Yeah.
The Rock came back 2 years ago, and they started building this storyline with Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, and the Bloodline with Kevin Owens and all that. Right. Mm-hmm. Here's what I'm saying. You say, hey, The Rock is putting himself on billboards. But Vegas ain't no, The Rock is not the face on the TV when they promote WrestleMania. It's Roman Reigns, Rhea Ripley, Damian Priest, and all that. He might be the face in Vegas, but he's not the face on TV.
I bet these kids can name more UFC fighters.
Well, they probably could. They probably could.
I don't know.
I don't know, because UFC fighters are focused
I'm talking
on
about like as far as like in this newer generation, not from our
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't believe so, because UFC is focused on adults at 30 and up. That's who watches UFC, just like boxing. Because I'm telling you, boxing ratings are really good right now because they are building up stars, but their ratings are not as high as WWE at all.
But listen, but my thing is what you said. I'm just gonna take what you just said. If you're saying that on the advertising on television, it's Roman Reigns and Rhea Ripley, right?
Yep.
That goes to who though? The core fans, correct?
Yeah.
So if the billboards out here have The Rock, that means they're trying to reach a broader audience.
Now, let me ask you a question, okay? Let's just say you're going to a basketball game, right?
Yes.
Let's say you're going to a basketball game. When the 2000s, Kobe Bryant, Tracy McGrady are facing off this and that, right? Mm-hmm. Those are like the two megastars in the early 2000s, right? Mm-hmm. Before LeBron and Melo and all them get there. You don't think if the Washington Wizards come to town and Michael Jordan is on his last lap, you don't think people are going to pack the stadium and see Michael Jordan? Hell, the game against Philadelphia
but they're not putting Michael Jordan on the billboard.
Listen to what I'm telling you. Listen to what I'm telling you. When Allen Iverson and Michael Jordan played for his last game in Philadelphia, Michael Jordan was on the billboard. The Rock is about to retire permanently, and people want that. There's still people our age and younger that never got to see The Rock.
Michael Jordan wasn't on no billboard in Philly.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. They had a billboard. Can you
put that in like a jumbotron while we're talking and show me what billboard?
Like inside the stadium in the stadium or around the city?
Not in the stadium, because why would they put it in the stadium of Philadelphia when Allen Iverson is the guy in Philadelphia?
Right. So why would they put it in the city?
But it was ticketed as Michael Jordan's last regular season game.
It's ticketed as the same way the WWE could say
WrestleMania,
this is The Rock's last match.
Exactly. How many fans?
Roman Reigns.
How many fans? Right, but I'm saying, how many fans do you think in Philadelphia wanted to go to that game just because it was Michael Jordan's last? I'm not missing the point.
Listen,
I'm not missing the point.
DJ,
I'm not missing the point.
DJ,
What you're
listen.
saying is The Rock is on the billboards, but it's his last year of wrestling. John Cena's on the billboards. It's his last year wrestling. How many fans do you know never got a chance to see either one of them, and now they're craving like, oh man, they came back and.
But what I'm saying is, you can announce that, and people will get it. You don't have to put him on the billboard.
They did it with Michael Jordan. That was the narrative. They took Michael Jordan to push the narrative.
Put Michael Jordan on no billboard.
Yes, they did. They did. They put Allen Iverson on one side and Michael Jordan on one side. Said, yes, they did. My cousin was going to Lincoln University.
What did you just say? What did you just say? Repeat that.
They put Allen Iverson and Michael Jordan on the billboard.
Say it again.
Allen Iverson and Michael Jordan.
Say it again.
Allen Iverson and Michael Jordan. How many times do you want me to say it, Mel?
Until you understand what you just said. They put
Allen
Iverson and Michael Jordan.
So what?
So
the fact that listen to what I'm saying. But you're not. But we don't know if the storyline is going to lead to The Rock versus Roman Reigns yet. That's what we don't know.
With the post? What does the storyline have to do with the post, bro?
What post? What are you talking about with the post?
About the billboard itself. What does the storyline?
I'm saying. I'm saying.
The Rock with Seth Rollins or whoever you're talking about.
Because The Rock isn't going to fight Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is going to fight CM Punk more than likely.
But it's just a promotion of it as a whole.
It's just a promotion.
Listen to what I'm saying. WrestleMania is not till April, bro. Royal Rumble is
You know how many wrestling matches are going to be in Vegas? Without The Rock, but The Rock is still going to be the face. That's the whole point.
No,
Michael Jordan,
bro,
in a billboard throughout the whole 2003 season while other NBA teams play.
They did that shit with Kobe. They did that shit with Kobe. They did that shit with Kobe. What do you mean? They did it with Kobe when it was Kobe's last season. They did it with Kobe. What do you mean?
There was only city that really did anything outside of LA was two, actually. My bad. It was two. Was New York and Philly.
For
because
Kobe?
He grew up in Philly, and the Garden is Kobe's place.
I'm from Houston, bro. There was more. Even with Dirk, when Dirk announced, they built it up for Dirk for his retirement because it was his last lap. Doc even stopped everything in the game and screamed Dirk's name. And shit like all that shit was built up, bro.
Yeah, but that's in stadium though. We're talking outside.
And I keep telling y'all, the one thing y'all are missing was basketball viewership was down a lot of the times. Well, not in the 2000 with Allen Iverson and Michael Jordan. Basketball viewership was definitely up during that time because that was probably peak basketball at that time. I'm sitting here saying the Attitude Era is peak wrestling. Absolutely peak wrestling. But that doesn't mean after the Attitude Era, other superstars didn't carry and make even John Cena got on the podcast and say, hey, with Roman Reigns as champion, me not showing up on wrestling, The Rock not showing up on wrestling, Undertaker not being at wrestling, Roman Reigns being the champion with the Bloodline story has spiked the ratings and the revenue is the highest it's ever been in WWE. Those are the stats that y'all are leaving out. I understand y'all are saying, well, The Rock is still bigger than every. Yes, The Rock is in the Attitude Era, probably the best era of wrestling.
All I'm saying is
nostalgia plays a part in that, and that's a fact. It is a fact.
But all I'm saying is, if that is the case, then you don't need The Rock on the billboard.
But The Rock, and y'all know. But y'all know how the Rock is the biggest movie star in the world. Why wouldn't you still put him on the billboard for WWE?
Because you have to think for the future.
Okay.
Can I say something?
Did you see an NXT billboard with The Rock on it? Did you see an NXT billboard with The Rock on it? No, because NXT has their own superstars. Did you see a billboard with The Rock for SmackDown? No, because he's on Raw. He came back on Raw, but SmackDown and NXT are doing just fine without The Rock on it. And when The Rock wasn't on Raw and they came to SmackDown, that is the WWE. NXT is WWE, SmackDown is WWE, Raw is WWE. That is the WWE.
So then
the shows are selling out without The Rock showing up there. And they're making the most revenue they have ever made without The Rock there. The ratings are higher than ever without The Rock there.
So why we got The Rock?
let me can I say this
because
real quick?
he wants to come back and have a story with his family. Because the bloodline story, they have over 12 people now in the bloodline that's related to The Rock for the bloodline story. And everybody keeps saying, well, The Rock is the head of all the bloodlines because he was the best one out of all of them, which is absolutely true. But just because The Rock is the best out of all of them doesn't mean the product right now is bad. The ratings are saying otherwise.
Nobody said it was bad.
No one said it was bad.
But he said the relevancy is down when the relevancy is up, and that's where I'm at. Ratings are what you go by for relevancy.
Okay, so
and
then,
the ratings are higher than
Those are
ever.
two different words for a reason, and I'm gonna comment on this real quick, right? Let me ask you a simple question because you seem very, very passionate about wrestling. I feel like you grew up with the poster on the wall, bro. You was one of those bros. I can already tell.
No,
now,
I fell out during the PG era. I fell out from 2010 to 2015 until Roman Reigns got the title, and I started watching again.
Okay, so you
because it was still during that time.
So you almost about to answer my question before I even ask, which is perfect. So, are you saying to me during 2010 to 2015 for the past 24 years of this millennium, would you say that was the lowest point for wrestling? Between 2010, would you say that? I mean, as a fan, you saying that that's what you decided to do, but without being biased, would you say the ratings were at its lowest during that period of time, or a different one? Because you're giving us numbers, but what would you say during the lowest point?
Yes, the 2010 to 2015 was the lowest point. Because there was an influx where you had a whole bunch of people come in from NXT and had to build up WWE, because a lot of the older fans were tired because they switched from Ruthless Aggression to PG and was like, this ain't what we grew up watching. And I was one of those like, this ain't what we grew up watching, and I didn't like it during that time.
So let me kind of hop in. That's the reason why they have to stay with the way they're marketing right now. Because you're seeing things that people didn't grow up watching. That is their front runner. So they cannot go back to those marketing decisions that they probably had made in 2010 and 2015. I'm sure there were plenty of new wrestlers that people didn't care about during that period of time. And maybe the storylines wasn't hitting maybe the same or something like that. I don't know. But all I'm trying to say is that if you look at any product that you own, that you want people to buy and never put away, you want it to be in someone's kid's hands. That's how your pocket is going to be taken care of down the road. Disney is a kid's product. Even if we have all the nostalgia, everyone in here has a movie that they love with Disney, and everyone who has kids has a kid movie that they love is relevant. Wrestling has been around for many, many, many years. Many, many years in terms of since the television era, right? There was a period of time where people would watch wrestling before they watched basketball, before Magic Johnson had pushed the ratings to go higher. So we've seen the dips. But as of right now, just to go back to what this conversation started about, I'm not talking about the ratings going down. What is relevant is also associated with what you can relate to. Right?
Okay, but just because you can't relate to it doesn't mean millions of other people out there can.
Stop there. I wasn't going to stop there. I'm just talking about the word itself, because you use relevancy along with ratings. I'm talking about relating as a whole with relevancy, right? People are not going to go to Netflix. People are not going to go to Netflix and tune in or go to a wrestling match somewhere in Vegas without someone that's associated with nostalgia. They're forced to do that for a while. They can't get away from that. And Netflix is giving them the best solution. And we've seen wrestling time and time again consolidate. Remember the WCW? Remember NWO? And all these other different...
And WWE survived through it all, right? And that's the point you're missing, too.
But they had to continue to consolidate. They had to take some of the best wrestlers that was in this league and put them over here so it could be in your face and make you want to tune in.
Okay, brother. Let me ask you a question, brother. Okay, since you pulled that up and said that, most of the people that came over, a lot of the top stars from WCW did not come over. Sting didn't come over till 2015. Diamond Dallas Page came over immediately. Booker T came over immediately. Bam Bam Bigelow came over and failed. A lot of WCW
right now,
they're gone, and that's my point.
That's my point.
No, okay. So what you're saying is wrestling as a whole is failing in relevancy, not WWE.
They have to consolidate. It's almost like if we're watching football and now the AFC has to combine with the NFC just so we can watch.
Do you hear what you're saying?
The AFC North combined with the AFC South in a bigger division so we can get more views.
But WWE, WWE has outlasted it all.
Hold on. When you understand that when you can create a new team in a new city without consolidating, you're expanding. That expansion is a good sign. You don't see the WWE expanding. They're consolidating, and now they got to be in front of your face with Netflix because it's easy to watch now. That's it.
How are they consolidating? I'm not understanding what you.
They're not on cable. They're moving on cable with mail.
Let's understand this. Okay, you asked me earlier about WWE stars. Roman Reigns, straight WWE. Seth Rollins, straight WWE. CM Punk came in straight WWE and didn't like where WWE was going, so he left. And then his ass came back. That's straight WWE talent. Carmelo Hayes, straight WWE, straight from NXT, and came to the main roster. Gunther, straight WWE, came to the main roster. Rhea Ripley, straight WWE and NXT, came straight to the main roster. The Rock never went anywhere else and straight to the main roster, even in the Monday Night Wars. None of your big stars on TV right now, Cody Rhodes came in WWE, didn't like the result he was getting, went to AEW, and then came back to WWE. Bianca Belair started straight WWE. Charlotte Flair started straight WWE. They have homegrown stars. And you keep saying they're consolidating. They are not consolidating.
What the newest like wrestlers that I feel like that's really saving wrestling is almost like today's hip hop. It's the females, bro. They're saving it. The female wrestlers.
If it was the females, rappers,
though, they're the ones that's really pushing the dilemma a little bit for the newer generation. It's not these guys. If it was the females, though, it's not. It's not these guys.
But you're not watching WWE to know that. And see, that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. The best story, for the past 4 years, the best storyline has been a storyline full of men. It has not been, and there's an award for this. It has not been the females. Not once has the females carried the WWE.
No, listen, I know what you're saying. You are 100% correct because you are a fan. I am a casual wrestling fan. So I don't care about the storylines. I care about that.
That's fine. But what I'm saying, okay, that's fine. But y'all are talking about relevancy, and how do you equate relevancy?
The relevancy comes from people like me, the casual
No, it doesn't.
fan.
Yeah,
yes, it does.
The relevancy comes from ratings.
They don't.
The relevancy comes from ratings.
They need help.
Actually, it does.
If the ratings and the amount of people watching are at an all-time high, WWE is relevant. It's just not relevant to you, and it's not relevant to you. But
I'm saying, it goes up because of the casual fan.
Mel, even when WWE was between 2010 and 2015, and the ratings were down, between 2015 and 2017, before the women's movement even took over, the product went right back up.
Yeah, but listen, I know what you're. Let's just understand.
And it was at an all-time high.
No, just listen to what I'm saying, though. I'm not saying you're wrong. What I'm saying is the hardcore fan in any sport, the business is not marketing to you. It's marketing to the casual fan. That's why The Rock is on the billboard for people.
That's fine.
People who've never seen The Rock, so they can go. People like you are going to go.
That's fine. But what you're also saying though is when it was down in 2015, when it was down in 2010 to 2015, people started watching again after 2015 and became dedicated, and the ratings came back up before they even had the women's movement. You're saying
wasn't that around the time that they put what's my homegirl, the UFC boxer,
Ronda Rousey.
Mm-hmm. Like that's why they did those things.
Fair point.
That's fine, but Ronda Rousey's gone, and the ratings are still higher than it's ever been.
Let me ask you one question.
You
watch basketball,
wait. Before you even say that, I keep bringing up the women's revolution for one thing only. Because y'all are saying the reason why you came back and started watching was because Jada Parker, that's what you care about, right? But before Jada and all them was there, NXT had already boosted. NXT was so big, it split into two shows. It split into NXT America and NXT UK.
Right,
but y'all don't know that because you weren't watching. So
we're casual fans. Because
right. But
you too. I got to shout out to Nikita too.
Right. Like
I don't think Nikita's that bad.
I watched
Lola,
wrestling
Lola Vice.
What's the chick that used to date Shaq with the silver hair?
Oh,
Jade?
I forgot.
Look like Storm. Jade Cargill. Yeah, Jade Cargill. That, like, everybody the casual fan has to get drawn in from something.
Okay, let me ask you this then. How many casuals do you think was watching it in the COVID years? And the ratings were still up?
Most of the fans.
Stop bringing up
the ratings go up because the
COVID years matter.
I would say probably a lot, though. Probably more than
the COVID years matter.
Right, because of casual fans, though. It wasn't hardcore fans.
Okay, so let's say the casual fans came in during COVID. A lot of them still are there and stuck and now are hardcore fans.
I wouldn't say that they're hardcore fans. They're just they found something that they like, and then they jump in when that thing is, because I pulled the ratings up on my phone. The ratings go up and down a lot in wrestling based on based on what's being done at that time. Yes,
they do.
Because
my ratings overall my ratings are going year by year. Obviously, it's a made-up storyline. So because somebody is controlling the product, it's either they write a good storyline or they don't, that people want to keep up with. But consistently, year by year, the ratings have gone up overall, year by year.
But it's not by a lot. I have it right here on my phone, dog.
So it doesn't matter if it's by a lot.
We all know if it ain't broke, don't what?
Right, you don't fix it. Like all we're saying is, if the goal, and then we can move on to the next topic. All we're saying is as a business, wrestling, the WWE understands that for whatever reason, its new stars can't lift it up. So they pull the old stars.
If that was the case, though, Netflix doesn't just sign bullshit stuff, as y'all can see. So obviously, there's a benefit on both parties because there are going to be people that subscribe to. Now, our SmackDown and NXT will all go into Netflix as well because the ratings on Netflix and people watching Netflix would definitely boost. But because SmackDown is on Sci-Fi and NXT is on USA, just like Raw was. I think NXT is on USA. If all three entities was to come to Netflix, the ratings will boost even more. But because they split it up one by one, you take Netflix, you take Sci-Fi, you take CW. Because they're all three of them are split up with the brands.
I know we're moving to a new topic really quick, but when you make a partnership, it's about who's going to expand, who's going to make the money. Netflix is expanding to sports. That's a power move.
It is a power move.
Yes, I don't see how wrestling going to Netflix is an expansion. I don't see it. I didn't say expansion for them.
I didn't say it was an expansion. I said it's a boost in subscribers.
In terms of the casuals, it's like I'm bored. I'm already here. I'm gonna go ahead and watch it. It's not like I'm gonna go out of my way and subscribe to something new, like a new streaming service, to watch wrestling. That's a whole other.
But on the flip side, for the casual fan that didn't, for the fans that didn't, the hardcore fans that didn't have Netflix, and the only way to watch Raw is on Netflix now, they're going to subscribe because they want to watch Raw.
I don't think there's a match that people are saying damn, I wish I missed that. The casuals are on social media looking for the highlights, looking for the views and things that's
The
happening.
casual. That's why I said that. That's why I
When you talk about
rephrased and
newer
said the
players,
hardcore.
when we talk about sports and the newer
but you're
players,
twisting
they're
my words
creating the
there.
highlights. They're creating the highlights.
But
They're
I'm saying,
getting casuals. Luka's getting casuals.
I'm saying you twisting my
NBA 's
words
getting
there.
casuals right now.
That's all
I gotta say.
But you're twisting my words there when I said I reframed. I said the casual. I said, hold on, wait. I meant the hardcore fans that don't have Netflix. They're also going to come over and get Netflix because they want to watch Raw.
You said all them niggas is fucking streaming it illegally anyway.
Well, I think before we move on, I think when it comes to the difference between the hardcore fans, because I understand both points. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but when it comes to the difference between the hardcore fans and the casual fans, I think what the fellas are saying is the numbers are automatically going to reflect the hardcore fans, and we understand that, right? And DJ Michael B understands that as well. But the casual fans is what is going to have the inflection of the numbers, and them bringing in a Rock or bringing back a Undertaker or have Hulk Hogan and shit like they had this past Monday, right? That's going to bring the more nostalgia fans and the people who kind of fell off and the casual fans kind of back to the product. And even then,
I'll be right back. My charger came out the wall and I didn't realize.
You good. But then even then entice some new fans to kind of come in, right? Because we understand kids are monolith of their friends. So if one kid is watching wrestling, then the other kid got to be watching wrestling. So they're going to probably try to entice their parents in order to subscribe to Netflix, right? If they don't already have the account, which a lot of people do already have the account. It's one of the most streamed or one of the most downloaded streaming services in the world. But those numbers aren't big enough for wrestling to be like, now we can then bring SmackDown over. Now we can then bring NXT over. Now we can bring these other companies over because we're getting all of these extra subscribers into Netflix that is watching our program, right? But on the flip side, Netflix is like, oh well, nigga, we got all of these motherfuckers already. We got football, we got wrestling now, right? So we got everybody that's already gonna sign up and stuff like that. Especially considering that a lot of people did because they raised the prices. A lot of people did because it just got old, right? So a lot of people did. So that bringing in that influx of subscribers back to Netflix, those numbers reflect higher than what wrestling's numbers is going to look like.
And that's why Martise said it benefits the WWE to go to Netflix.
But I think it also benefits Netflix to sign WWE. And more importantly, my whole point was to relevancy, because without Netflix, the ratings were higher than ever. They had more views than they had before, and that was my whole point to relevancy.
Step outside your body for 1 second. Male is the casual. You are already there, bro. You are already there. You have to put your feet in a casual.
But listen what I'm saying though. The people watching and the hardcore fans went up even before Netflix, and they were high. More importantly, the revenue of merchandising and sales were even up higher than before before they came to Netflix.
But so what he's saying is
already knew it was going to be a 50-50 partnership.
No, but what he's saying is this. You have, like I said, a lot of the sports are going to Netflix. So you have the NFL over there. You have boxing over there. You have UFC over there. Right?
I didn't know the NFL was over there. I haven't watched the NFL game. I knew they were on Hulu and Amazon, and I didn't know they were on Netflix.
Yeah,
I'm dead serious. I didn't know they were on Netflix.
So what happens is, and me as an NFL guy, if I'm flipping through Netflix and I just happen to see a wrestling match on that it's a replay, it's not live or anything like that, and I got nothing to do, I may hit it and just watch it. You still get credit for that view. I'm just a casual dude. I'm not a wrestling fan. But because now I have access because I'm not going to go to USA or the Sci-Fi Channel, wherever the fuck it is, to watch wrestling. But if it's already on Netflix, I don't have to watch it in real time. I can watch the replay.
Okay, how about this then? WWE had their own network and was very profitable. The only reason why
you're missing the entire point, Dutch.
No. This is very important too. WWE network and all they had on WWE was
going there.
I'm not saying you weren't going there. I'm saying they were very profitable with PLEs on things on WWE Network. WWE Network is still a thing outside of the US, and y'all are skipping the point that that just like every other sport.
What did you just say? You said outside of where?
Yes, outside of the US, but y'all, but that's what I'm saying.
So
WWE
that means
is
people in the US are watching.
Mel, relax and let me make the point here. Relax and let me make the point. WWE is global, so it can't only be based on ratings in the US. All right, WWE Network is still prominent outside the US. The US isn't the only market. They're profiting. They're selling out England. They're selling out the UK. They're selling out. That was not the comment. The conversation was the ratings. And here in the on
so
US,
clearly. So based on what you're saying,
Mel, you're not listening to what I'm saying.
In the US,
Mel, you're not listening to what I'm saying.
Not relevant.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. You're not listening to what I'm saying. He never said in the US. He said WWE is just not relevant. And I'm telling him that's not true. The whole argument started off as WWE is not relevant. Obviously, it's right. Soccer isn't prominent and relevant in the US, but guess what? All the soccer stars make hella money overseas, don't they?
Yeah,
and it's very relevant.
But if I said the soccer is irrelevant in the United States, would I be wrong?
No, but he did not say that. He said WWE was irrelevant.
But we're talking about the US. We're not talking about in Europe.
He did not preface saying the US. He just said WWE is irrelevant.
You pick that whole ring up and move that shit to the left.
You sound fucking stupid right now.
What
are you talking about?
Netflix, dog. You brought up a whole nother shit.
The whole world is watching on Netflix because Raw, SmackDown, and NXT aren't on Netflix.
But the point
what are you talking about?
Because you said the WWE network is big overseas, right?
The WWE network is not offered in the US.
Answer the question.
I just said it's not offered in the US, so yes, it's big overseas.
So that means, and then you said it's not good here. That's why they're going to Netflix, correct?
I did not say it's not good here. I said it's not offered here. I never said it wasn't good here. I said it's not offered here.
Why wouldn't it be not offered here?
Because they switched to Peacock.
Which would mean what?
Pause. If you're telling me it's not relevant, if you're telling me it's not relevant in the US. If you're saying it's not as relevant in the US, fine. That makes sense. He said WWE wasn't relevant. He did not say in the US. He was like, WWE is not relevant. It hasn't been relevant for years.
You should have been a lawyer. That's what
he said. No,
he said what the fuck we talking about.
No, I did not know what the fuck y'all were talking about. He said it's not relevant. And I was like, yes, it is. It's bigger than it's ever been. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about wrestling in Dumbledore, nigga.
You're not talking about it. But he did not. He said WWE is not relevant. I was like, it's bigger than it's ever been right now. And you sat there and said, no, it's not. And you did not say, well, in the US, it's not. I said, yo, it's bigger than it's ever been. It has the most revenue it's ever had. It has higher ratings than it's ever had. It has the most viewers it's ever had. Nobody ever sat here and said, we're talking about the US. And I'm like, what are y'all talking about?
You my nigga. I swear to God, you my nigga.
What are we talking about here? If you sit here, had he said it's just not relevant in the US, I'm like, that's probably true, but overseas is the biggest it's ever been. That would have been my answer.
You my nigga.
All right. We're going to go ahead and with the Netflix conversation. As great.
But hold on, Moo. Hey, Moo, hold on. But to answer your original question, he shouldn't even started with WWE isn't relevant, but he did, and we were just talking about a recap of Raw. To start off with the recap of Raw, though,
ain't nobody talking about. Travis Scott shouldn't be smoking weed on the goddamn.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I give.
It was
Netflix
a black.
Raw. I give.
I thought it was weed. Okay, my bad.
It was a black.
That shit wasn't no black. Moo. I know.
That smoke was kind of thick. I don't know.
Moo. I know damn well you know people do stuff blacks and half of the blood, half the cigar is black and the other half is weed that they stuffed it with. Don't play on you. Don't play on you. But to answer the original question, I give Netflix and Raw a 7 out of 10. I think they made a couple of wrong calls, but overall, I give it a 7 out of 10. It was cool. It was cool seeing the Undertaker come back. It was cool seeing The Rock come back. It was absolutely beautiful that they booed the shit out of Hulk Hogan because he deserved to be booed. But like I think the problem with Netflix on Raw, it started off hot at the beginning of the show and it faded out as it went on because they did all the big stuff that people really wanted to see in the beginning of the show. Rightfully so, because a lot of people probably didn't want to stay up till 10 o'clock watching the bigger matches because everybody has to work. So I give it a 7 out of 10.
Fair point. Fair point. All right. Well, I mean, hey, that was a really great conversation. I'm not gonna lie to you. But we got that boy Rod in the comments right now. Rod tapping in with it. He said he's glad WWE is on Netflix now, and of course he said it's relevant to him. It's relevant to me too, big dog. Okay. But we're gonna go ahead and pivot before we get up out of here. Because we had a really dope conversation. Kind of, saying took over the show a little bit, but that is okay because that is what PVT.
Mind you, I don't know shit about wrestling.
All right. Yes, Mel is just here for trolling and problems purposes, and that's perfectly fine too. Okay, we're here for it. All right, but as you guys know, shout out to our other co-host that is steaming Willie Beeman, aka William Morgan, host of the Sports Report and the Geek Gauntlet podcast, where you can find all of your nerd/geek material and or content. So shout out to him. We were missing him tonight. He's working a double, so shout out to you, Willie Big Dog. But we do have our nerd question, comic book question, however you guys want to put it. Nightly nerd question of the day. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this up on the board real quick. Throw this up on the screen really quickly. It says pick a mask and you get their powers. Now, choices go as follows: Wolverine, Spider-Man, Spawn, Flash, The Mask, Jason, Iron Man, Darth Vader, Green Ranger. If you know, you know. All right.
Oh, this ain't even fair. This is an ass whooping all the way. Who going first?
You could go first.
Well, you can give me my nigga Al Simmons, aka Spawn.
I respect that. I respect that choice.
Wait,
back up there.
Are we engaged in a fight or just who you would want? That's what I want to know.
Just whose powers that you would rather have.
Okay. I would probably take the Green Ranger. I'm not gonna lie. I'll probably say just because I always wanted to play the flute and call on the Dragon Sword, the sword flute. That shit's sick.
That's crazy.
It's sick.
That is kind of crazy. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Me personally, I'm picking the mask. Again, if you know, you know.
But y'all said that's crazy, but that's why I preface my comments with: are we fighting with these powers? Because if we're fighting with the powers, my answer will change.
Well, if we're not fighting, then I'll take Tony. Then I'll take Iron Man.
Yeah, that's why I asked. That's how I asked if we were fighting.
But if we fighting, Al Simmons, I'm fucking everybody up.
Makes sense. But Martise, do we still have you there, big dog?
Martise dropped out and got his GED.
Hey, it's okay. Education comes first.
See, DJ ran him off. First show, DJ ran him off.
Okay, Troy Jr., sit your ass back. Hey, let's continue this show. Talk about dropped. I got it.
We love it. Hey, I feel it. I'm here with you.
Hey, Rod, real shit. Green Ranger for the drip.
I hear it. You know what I'm saying? I hear it. You feel me? But if you know the mask with the suit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was dripping too.
My boy was dripped out, and then I got that tune for, so you know how it goes. But all right, really dope conversation today, fellas. Didn't think that we would get that deeper to Netflix and WWE, but hey, that's what we're here for. Okay. Shout out to that boy Rob for popping in the comments. Shout out to everybody else for popping in the comments, for popping in the stream. Even if you didn't comment, I see the numbers. So appreciate you guys for sliding through, even if it was just for a second. All right. Now, we're going to get these final thoughts in, starting with Optimus Mel. Go ahead.
Yes. I appreciate coming through on a Thursday. I'm end up probably doing this a little more as the days go on because I have fun doing this. And, whenever I can argue with DJ Michael B, I'm here for it. I live for that. That's like, hold on, it's one of my things. I'm trying to do something before we get out of here.
Did this nigga really just put us on hold?
I did. I really did. Only because this ties into what my ending and what I want to do tomorrow. you know, because I want to promo. I got to promote the show tomorrow. You know how you
A show.
We got to plug in the show tomorrow. You know, Inside the Huddle, we're gonna get crazy tomorrow. We got the Joy Taylor situation over there at Fox Sports. I'm gonna get into that. Y'all already know how if you're watching, you follow, you know how I feel about Joy Taylor. So this is gonna make sense to everybody. If you don't know, tune into the show tomorrow. Inside the Huddle. Let's rock it.
I don't even know what to say to fuck. Okay. Woo. I did not know what to expect. That's freaking hilarious.
I know. That's what I'm doing.
As you guys know, on here, I have to give my final thoughts. As you guys know, on every Gentleman's Talk show or Basket to Basket or PVT, whenever I get a chance to call out Mel, I'm gonna call out Mel. It just is what it is. Light skinned brothers unite, and we get the numbers up. We get it done. That's what we do over here. Hot takes, spicy debates, you know. But you know, leading into that, we appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. Make sure you check out tomorrow. Got the cast and couch in the oh my god.
That boy Rod is wilding.
Give me a second to regain my composure. Okay.
See, Moolah didn't see the picture. I'm saying, so Moolah didn't see it. I'm gonna save it for tomorrow.
No, put that shit back up on the screen now.
No, I like surprises. Don't even worry about it.
No, I'm gonna save it for tomorrow for Moolah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I couldn't find my charger. My charger was ran away from me. So
damn you, Sherrod. Now I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, right. Make sure y'all tune in for the rest of the week and start next week again for the rest of the shows. Tomorrow, coined by me. I'm surprised Mel didn't say, but Moo probably was gonna say it. The best damn football show on the internet, period.
No, I'll leave that for you. I'll leave it for you.
These guys will break down football like you have never heard before. Anything that you don't understand coming out of Inside the Huddle, aka Ish, where they talk that Ish, you will understand different positions, you understand different formations. They break it down. They absolutely break it down. I feel like I am a smarter guy in football now because of these two, because I did not play football in high school, which is why I try to refrain to talk about football, except when it comes to fantasy football, because I am a pro of fantasy football. All right, so I try to stay away from
the playoffs this year. Who not beating the playoffs?
Man, kiss my ass, Mel. Okay, kiss my ass. I won another league. I just lost in that league. God damn! Stop distracting me. Obviously Monday we got Basket to Basket. You got Moo, Troy, Boo Wop just came back this week. So y'all make sure y'all tune into that. And of course Wednesday, Gentleman's Talk. We have a normal show this week. We don't have an interview this week. But moving forward, every other week, we're looking at having an interview and having a regular show in between. And, of course, next week, right back here on Thursday, me, Moo, Willie, hopefully Mel.
I'll be here. I'm coming through everything.
You know, as Boo Wop coined Mr. Picante here. I guess I'm Mr. Louisiana hot sauce here then, I guess, because whatever. I don't know at this point. But when Mel is here, you damn right I'm gonna start an argument every time. So
that's
make sure make sure y'all tune in for that. I'm out.
Hey, we love to hear it. It seems that our boy Martise, our guest, has dropped out officially and got his GED, which is okay. Like I said, education comes first, but appreciate you for sliding through anyway, big dog. The conversation was great. Loved everything that you definitely contributed. Would love to have you back anytime that you would love to come back. Please hit us up. Let me know. Let Mel know. Let DJ Micah B know.
I don't think he has me on any platform, so I don't know how you would reach me.
Hey, it's all good. Didn't get your socials, but we would definitely get your socials from Mel. But you guys know what it is. Make sure you guys tune into the rest of the shows, the rest of the week. Like my boys over here said, you already know we're gonna be talking at Ish tomorrow, and it's gonna be a crazy show. A lot of joy going around. Okay.
Hopefully I can pop in tomorrow. I definitely want to talk about Joy Taylor.
Is it Bone, Joy, and Harmony? What's they call it?
It's she pretty sure that she's slapping that Tupac. I get around right now.
Yeah.
But
it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be nice tomorrow.
Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow.
My
It's gonna
man
be a
is my
crazy
man
show.
is your man. Your man too.
Yep.
And ain't that the truth? Shout out to Dizza. But yeah, make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. It's gonna be a crazy show. Man, like the boy said, tune into the shows throughout the rest of the week. Appreciate you guys for sliding through, and we're gonna see y'all tomorrow.
Girl, you rockin'